2021 Christmas Program Directors. We would like to give you a few minutes to relax from the hustle and bustle of the holiday season and enjoy the reason for the season, the birth of Christ.
So please, silence your cell phones and enjoy the show.
All of the other reindeer used to laugh upon him. This is my hometown, and this is my mother, Amanda. And no, she is not getting ready to build a nest. You may think that it must be almost Christmas time from her outfit. Thanksgiving isn't even here yet, and she is already getting ready to celebrate Christmas. And believe me, no one celebrates Christmas like my mother. She has two best friends, Karen and Louise. Together with faithful followers Ruth and Harriet, they unite every Christmas to become the Christmas Pageant Committee, also known as the Merry Steamroller. The name of my hometown is Appleville. That's right, Appleville. It's the home of good people, homemade pies, and hot lunches for orphans. There are family gatherings at Thanksgiving, parades on the 4th of July, egg hunts at Easter, and peace year-round. Yeah, the people of Appleville are happy as clams and the salt of the earth. And I don't blame my mother. No one can hold back the spirit of Christmas in my hometown. Now, at soon-to-be Christmas time, as always, the town of Appleville is abounding in love, 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 full of the season of joy.
Have you heard the latest?
As entertainment editor for the Appleville Gazette, I like to keep an eye on the plays being rehearsed here.
All 2 of them.
I know, Amanda, how hard you work on that little Christmas pageant at your church. Now, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news.
Wanna bet?
I don't know how to tell you this, Amanda, but the congregation Joy and Love has bought a real camel for the Christmas pageant this season.
They bought a camel for their Christmas pageant.
Peace and joy, harmony and love.
That's it. I'm taking them down. I've had up to here with the congregation of Joy and Love.
It's the Congregation of Joy and Love.
I don't care if it's a circus of Barnum and Bailey. They've taken it one dromedary too far.
And if you believe that line about peace and joy, harmony and love, you might be interested in the bridge I'm selling. It's in Brooklyn. You see, Christmas does something to my mother. She's a reasonable woman most of the year. She wears a seatbelt, flosses, even uses a sugar substitute. But in the weeks before Thanksgiving, something happens. Being the director of the annual Christmas pageant at our church, which is not the Congregation of Joy and Love, gives her a certain sense of responsibility. Every year she tries to be the best pageant in the world, and every year Reverend James over at the Congregation of Joy and Love steps up his game and leaves us holding the leftover hay of a Christmas pageant that came in a distant second place.
And don't forget to tell them about the decorations.
You know how at our house we sleep on Christmas sheets, dry off with Christmas towels and our underwear?
Don't go there, sis.
Let's just say we jingle when we walk. I have never eaten a cookie that wasn't shaped like a bell, a tree, or a sleigh. It is one of my goals to grow up and make round cookies, just round cookies that don't represent any major holidays.
And we had hope this year, real hope.
It looked like the great Christmas pageant rivalry might be coming to an end. Our mother was acting sane, serene, and civilized. She was thinking maybe we could save a little electricity on the Christmas lights. You know, go green.
Rather than going green, or red, or silver, or flashing with chasing displays, able to be seen by passing satellites as usual.
That is until Renee Talbot, the entertainment editor for the Appleville Gazette, said those fateful words just 6 weeks before Christmas.
A camel. The Congregation of Joy and Love has a real camel.
Are we sure it wasn't the donkey from last year with a really good costume? What? It's possible.
Oh, it's a camel, all right. And you know what this means?
Camel poop?
War.
Oh, Amanda, not war. We are a church. So what if another church has a slightly more impressive Christmas pageant?
Slightly more impressive.
Generally more impressive.
Generally.
All right, the Congregation of Joy and Love has massively, spectacularly, through the roof. It's all about whipped cream and cherry on top Christmas pageant.
But it's not about that. It's about the kids, the church, and the season.
That's just it. I want them to know we gave it our all. I want our kids to remember these Christmas pageants all the days of their lives. I want them to know we cared about Christmas.
That is a good goal.
Wait a minute, my kids and your grandkids will remember.
Remember what? Remember a cardboard star with and Wiseman wearing pajama pants and their father's bathrobes year after year? Not to mention the 30-watt light bulb wired from below, swaddled in cloth, and laid in a manger, playing the glowing light of Jesus.
Oh, I love that part.
Louise, we are a joke. While year after year, the Congregation of Joy and Love brings Bethlehem to life across town. No, this year will be different, bigger, better, and all I have is 6 weeks to do just that.
What do you have in mind, Amanda?
Ladies, we are going to surf.
Oh, I don't surf. I get really waterlogged. And besides, we live in Wisconsin, which is a really long way from the beach. You meant surf the internet, didn't you?
In search of what?
Something new about a very old story. Are you four with me?
I'm in. My grandkids mean the world to me.
I'm in too. Well, I mean I'm in also, because I would make 3, technically.
Just try to keep up, Louise.
Faith, what are you doing here? Everyone, you know my granddaughter Faith. But when did you start wearing glasses?
I started wearing glasses the moment I decided to join the Christmas pageant committee.
Aren't you a little young to be on the committee?
I think not. What will happen when you're all gone?
Does she know something we don't know?
Where will my generation find leadership, organization, and drive? Not to mention skill with the hot glue gun.
She's right. You're in. Your training begins now.
Yes.
But will there be time? The tryouts for the Christmas pageant are this Saturday.
We'll be ready. Follow me.
To the ends of the earth.
And thus began the Christmas season none of us will ever forget.
Especially the Congregation of Joy and Love, Reverend James, and the angels who were flown from the rafters a little too close to the camel.
Who knew camels could spit like that?
But that's another story. Tryouts were on Saturday down at the church. That's our church, the one that isn't the Congregation of Joy and Love. I don't want to be revived.
Where is everyone?
What's your hurry? You know you'll be an angel and I'll be a lamb.
Same old story, same old cast.
I wish there were fairies in the story. I would love to have fairy wings. I think wings would make me look taller.
Duh, angels have wings.
Feathers aren't a good look for me.
I like to be a prince.
Come on. The story of the night Jesus was born is pretty amazing without fairies or princes. There's nothing better than being in the angel chorus.
But first, we've all done our time in lamb suits.
Well, the gang's all here, except where are the McAfees?
Oh, I forgot. My sisters and I are in this scene.
Where did you come from?
Hello, we've been here all along.
Let's get this over with. Bridget, you're always married. Adam, the other boys have graduated. That makes you Joseph.
I will, of course, be the tallest wise man, tallest shepherd, or I will shine as the actual star of Bethlehem in a truly amazing, award-winning impersonation of an inanimate object. Man, how old you have to be before you're too old for the Christmas pageant?
142.
Kate and Bob, are you two going to be the shepherds this year?
Why can't we be wise men?
That's just too much of an intellectual stretch.
I was hoping I could play the Star of Bethlehem this year. I have a new take on it. The idea came to me after I got a really cool birthday gift. See? I'm shining, hands-free, always the talk of the pageant.
Let's see. You'll be the talk of every ophthalmologist in town.
The Star of Bethlehem is bright, not blinding.
Good. Everyone is here. I have a special announcement to make about our Christmas pageant for this season.
It is totally exciting.
You're all going to love it.
What is it, Mom?
I'm really not sure, but you're going to love it.
We are not doing the usual Christmas story, but instead we are going to investigate the deep religious meaning of the 12 days of Christmas. Each day really does represent something in the life of Jesus.
So we're just going to talk about the song?
Oh, heavens no. We are going to act out each of the 12 days of Christmas.
Really? But isn't there a little wildlife on 12 days of Christmas?
Not much wildlife, but there is a lot of poultry.
Poultry? What's poultry?
Birds, you know, chickens and things.
That's funny. I don't remember there being any chickens in that song.
Not chickens, but there are French hens.
Right, you only have bilingual chickens in 12 days of Christmas.
And a partridge, 7 swans are swimming, 6 geese laying, and 4 calling birds.
Who are they calling?
They're probably calling the Congregation of Joy and Love to see if they could be in a real Christmas play.
I'm not saying that it's going to be easy. It is going to take a lot of work and dedication. Mr. Haney has volunteered to handle all the livestock, so we all must rise to the occasion. It's going to call for all that we are, the very best that we are. Are you all ready to give your best to make this year's pageant one to remember?
Aren't there also ladies, lords, and drummers?
We could so be drummers. Years of Christmas pageants, and we finally get to be rock stars.
You two can be Mr. Haney's assistants.
There will be some cleanup, what with birds and all.
You mean we'll have to clean up bird?
Let's just say droppings.
Look at it this way, you might not be rock stars, but at least you'll still be in the showbiz.
Maybe we should sing the song, Amanda. I get a little confused on the leaping and milking.
It is a rather long song, isn't it?
It's going to call for a lot of extra man hours.
Or woman hours, but we can do it.
You are so right. Ladies, come with us. Come with me, and we can start planning. Mr. Haney, come with us, and we can get a livestock roster together.
What are we supposed to do? These are the auditions.
You can, well...
It's a church. When all else fails, we do what church people do.
Pray, form a committee,
eat Louise cookies. Now, on to planning what will be the most memorable Christmas pageant in the history of Christmas pageants. Right?
Does anyone else have a sinking feeling about this Christmas pageant?
like we were on the deck of a Titanic.
Is Mrs. McAfee serious? We're not gonna have a manger or Mary and Joseph this year?
None of it.
I didn't really mind the lamp suits. Besides, I was going to be an angel this year.
I don't know how this is ever gonna work. Dancing, piping.
Falling down, swimming swans. Leaping lords.
This is so sad. Christmas will be ruined.
Wait, one tinsel hanging minute. Was that a pout? You can't pout.
Don't even think about crying.
There's that other part of Christmas.
The part with reindeer.
The part with elves.
Forget that, it's the part with presents.
And we have to keep up appearances. After all, he sees you when you're sleeping.
He knows when you're awake.
Do you think he knows when you copy off Stephen Ledbetter's math paper?
Oh, yeah. I know we shouldn't pout or cry, but it'll be so sad not to have the real Christmas pageant. We know so well.
And if the 12 days of Christmas falls apart, as I suspect it may, we won't have a pageant at all.
And this is when genius struck me.
It is a brilliant idea.
You just moved up 2 money positions on the Christmas gift ladder. You guys are so wrong about not having a pageant.
What do you mean? You heard what your mother said. It's the 12 days of Christmas.
Who says that my mother's pageant
and my mother's pageant?
No, forget that it's also my mother's pageant.
Who says that their pageant has to be the only pageant?
What are you thinking?
You think we should get our own act together?
Exactly. We should make another plan in case the 12 days of Christmas become the worst days of Christmas.
What exactly do you have in mind?
We work out our own Christmas pageant, just the way we've always done it.
With Mary and Joseph and the baby in Bethlehem?
The innkeeper and the shepherds? With angels that can be played by short people?
It's impossible. We need help. We need direction.
We need someone to bring the snacks.
We're kids, for heaven's sake.
But think about it. Who stars in the pageant every year?
Us?
And a 30-watt light bulb playing baby Jesus?
That's right, us. We know more about the night Jesus was born than anybody. Without us, a lot of what goes on in this church would be lost.
That's it. I'm not going to stand about while French hens do heavens known what in my church. And I'm going to be telling the old story, and we're not hiding under a bushel.
What's a bushel exactly?
I have no idea, but we're not hiding under it.
Jesus wants me for a sunbeam.
Yes, we are. Yes, he does. We are Bethlehem bound.
Wait a minute. What about the music? They're singing in the Christmas pageant, so someone has to play the piano.
I can play the piano.
I take the lesson right after you. You can play Claire de Lune, the spinning songs, neither of which has anything to do the night Jesus was born.
We don't need a piano to sing.
I don't know about that.
Sure we can. You just need to be positive.
I'm positive we can't sing.
Bridget's right. We'll sound fine.
That's right, 'tis the season, and we're going to sing and dance and act up a storm. Now, what parts will we all play?
I would like to be a fairy.
There's no fairy in the night Jesus was born.
There could be.
Let's make good sense. Eric, your mom and dad own the Appleville Inn. Therefore, you should play the innkeeper.
I don't want to play the innkeeper. He's the bad guy.
Aaron is the bad guy.
But he's not on stage, is he? We always talk about it, but he never shows up. It's the innkeeper who has to tell Mary to keep moving when she's all tired and everything.
What part do you want to play, Eric?
Is there a part with tap dancing? I've been taking lessons for 3 years.
No, and besides, you're the innkeeper. Okay, fine. You can dance around them while you tell them the bad news.
I would like to be one of the more important angels, a lead angel, one with lines.
Wait a minute. I'll assign your parts. Bridget, you can be the music person. Who wants to write the lines?
Can we write them for ourselves? I know the story like the back of my hand.
That won't work. I'll write the lines too.
You have to let us improvise. I was born to improvise.
Me too. What does improvise mean?
It means I am losing control. All right, I'll let each character have a chance to speak for themselves to a certain extent. Natalie, you can do the costumes.
I'll need fairy wings.
She's nothing if not persistent.
The 12 Days of Christmas is sounding better and better.
Two weeks later.
So, over the last 2 weeks, the kids began to make big plans to tell an old story. My mother and her committee continued to fight the good fight day by day, and as always, they pulled their husbands into the trenches with them.
Amanda, why are we meeting now? We still have a lot to work on the planning end.
I so wish I'd been the 5 days of Christmas or the 6 days of Christmas. 12 is a lot of days.
No one said it was going to be easy.
And we have a lot of planning yet to do. I can't help but think I'm missing something.
So why is the planning team here?
More importantly, why are the husbands of the planning team here?
The boys and I have no time to waste. I just found some doves and the boys are looking for French hens.
Really?
We!
Amanda, you know we'll build what you want us to build.
We'll run the lights, wrangle the children, and be the wise men and the shepherds. Hey Jeff, remember that one year I played half a donkey?
Well, that was the other half. Ned, I always think of you as my better half. That came out wrong.
You're here because I have good news and bad news.
The bad news is that Reverend James from the Congregation of Love and Joy.
It's the Congregation of Joy and Love.
Whatever.
The pastor of the church across town has asked to meet me here. I need backup.
Why do you need backup? Reverend James is perhaps the nicest person I've ever met.
He's kind, generous.
He helps old people across the street and always breaks for animals. He's amazing.
That's what he wants you to think.
Reverend James is not nice?
He's always up to something. Playing the big man and trying to get attention. Remember when he opened that soup kitchen and decided to feed the homeless?
That was pretty shocking.
Horrible. I hear he lets him sleep in the church when the weather turns cold and gets him job training.
Exactly. Who does he think he is? Then he bought gifts for the kids in the hospital last Christmas and had that famous football player deliver them.
That is outrageous.
And to think he calls himself a man of God.
Reverend James, what are you doing here? We were just talking about you.
And I'm so sorry.
About what?
Never mind. What can we do for you, Reverend?
It is really what I can do for you. Have you all met my daughter, Julia?
So nice to meet you.
It was Julia who had this really brilliant idea. Why not combine our Christmas pageants this year?
If we combine our pageants, maybe we can really bring in a big crowd. Even the ones who don't make it to church. We want everyone to hear the real reason for the season.
Wonderful. Where will we have the performance?
We already have the set and animals used to our stage.
And we have exciting news. The zoo has agreed to lend us a camel, the one the kids can ride when they go to the zoo.
See, Amanda, they don't own the camel, it's just a loaner.
It's not even a new loaner camel, it's a used loaner camel.
We thought this would make the Christmas season easier for all of us. Many hands make for light work.
Light work is good, Amanda. You and your committee can really enjoy Christmas.
And cook. And really make memories with the kids.
And cook.
Okay, we get it.
Families should have a chance to slow down and reflect on what Christmas is really about.
Reverend James, what a nice offer.
A really nice offer.
An unbelievably nice, annoyingly nice offer, but I must refuse.
Why, Amanda, this pageant's always a lot of work, and 12 days of Christmas is
6 days too many.
I want the kids to remember Christmas here at our church, their church home.
I understand, Amanda. I don't blame you for wanting to create something for your own church. I was just hoping we could all work together.
Sure, I mean, there's always Easter.
It was a wonderful offer, but Amanda does have a big plan.
A big, big plan. A huge plan. A gigantic...
Thanks for coming by.
Don't be a stranger.
If you change your mind, just let us know. We wish you great success with your pageant. We'll be there to see it.
Have a blessed Christmas.
Oh, he's good.
What are you talking about, Amanda?
All that, let's combine pageants. Let's save you all a lot of time. He isn't fooling anybody.
Actually, he is. I'm fooled.
Oh, you know what he really means.
No, I don't. What does he really mean?
He means he wants all the glory. I'll bet the kids from his church will play all the really good parts.
What are the good parts in a Christmas pageant?
You know, Mary, Joseph.
I don't remember Mary and Joseph saying much of anything in the usual Christmas pageant.
No, but the angels get to do a lot of harking, or is it heralding?
And the shepherds get to do a lot of rising up in the... But don't say anything. The wise men aren't even actually there yet, and don't truly arrive for days, and don't say anything either.
Well, I'm sure Reverend James would be in charge.
And get all the glory.
I will not have it. We are going ahead with the 12 days of Christmas, and gentlemen, I called you here to tell you that I put you in charge of the 10 lords of leaping, 11 pipers piping, and 12 drummers drumming.
We're what?
It is going to take a lot of time, so you might want to start right away. Ladies, we're off to see a man about a partridge.
Did my wife just put us in charge of leaping lords?
Could be worse. Just for the record, geese bite. I wanted to talk to Amanda about swans. Do you think we could use very big doves instead? Doves I could got a wedding planner over in Springdale with a bunch of them.
I won't get to see much of my Amanda. The Christmas pageant always means I don't get to see much of my wife.
Or my wife. They're missing in action for weeks.
But the Christmas pageant at 12 days of Christmas, that's a horse of a different color.
I don't have to get a horse, do I? Amanda didn't say anything about a horse.
You don't have to worry about the horse. It's the color I worry about.
I seem to have lost my daughter.
If you still have a wife, you're one up on us.
Oh, it's not that bad. I'm sure the 12 days of Christmas will be...
6 days too many?
Reverend, we'll help you find your daughter before someone teaches her how to use a hot glue gun.
One week later.
And rehearse.
I have a pretty good idea about what each character is going to say. I've typed up your parts, and you can all still add your own special touch.
There is a part for a fairy, isn't there?
No, and I mean it, no fairy.
I know Bridget thinks we can sing, but I'm still worried about the music.
What we need is a grown-up. Or close to it.
We could pray for one.
Right. Oh Lord, send us a grown-up.
Or close to it.
Oh, there's my sweater. I've been looking for it all week.
Man, he's good. Thank you.
Oh dear, I hope I'm not disturbing you. I hate to get in anyone's way or be a bother.
She's nice.
She's a grown-up.
Well, I'll just be going. I have flowers to deliver at the hospital. Then I'm starting a toy drive for Christmas.
Oh, she isn't just nice.
She's sweet.
Really sweet.
She's so sweet, I'm afraid of cavities. I'm Adam McAfee, and you are?
Oh, Adam, I've just met your mother. I'm Reverend James's daughter, Julia.
Julia, do you sing?
Does singing in the shower count?
Wow, sweet and clean.
How do you feel about the Christmas story?
I love that story.
Would you help us with our Christmas pageant this year?
But aren't you doing the 12 days of Christmas?
Our mothers are doing the 12 days of Christmas, but what if it doesn't work out?
Well, that would be really sad, but...
No lamb suits.
No angels.
No singing songs.
If the 12 days of Christmas doesn't work out, there'll be no pageant at all.
And this year I was gonna sing that song as a solo.
And we love to tell the story.
Oh, so do I.
Julia, does this mean you're in?
Yes, but this is our little secret. And nobody asked me to lie. I am a terrible liar.
When do we start?
How about now?
But this wasn't going to be a walk in the park. My mother and her faithful team were moving ahead.
Natalie, girls, we were hoping to catch you.
Catch us doing what?
We weren't doing anything.
We're innocent, and you're short.
I may be short, but I'm on the committee. What are you talking about anyway? We just wanted to let you know we're putting you in charge of one whole day of the 12 days of Christmas.
You're getting older, and we think you can handle a day on your own. Besides, it makes one less day for us.
Isn't that like a starring role?
It is on your day.
What kind of dancing do the dancing ladies do?
Natalie, that's for you to decide. I can't do everything.
So we can do any kind of dance we want.
Belly dancing is out, but the rest is pretty much open.
How's it going?
I can't find 8 maids of milking. Maybe we can just rest for a moment and think about something nice?
Something like Christmas in the good old days, before the mega spectacular Christmas pageant that we'll never be able to forget. That we'll always remember.
Wrapping paper and bells.
Milkmaids. Who could we ask? I know. What time does the ladies' Bible study meet? I'll check. Now, onto the 42 other items on the to-do list.
And then we're done?
For today.
And don't forget, we still have to make that pear tree.
Wait, I thought only God can make trees.
That was before the invention of the hot glue gun. Now we can make a tree and move it through all 4 seasons.
With glitter.
Hello, Mr. Haney. What can we do for you?
I have Miss McElhaney waiting at the back door.
She's a cow. Lisa Ann, I taught you better than that. You should never call anyone a cow.
No, ma'am, she's right. Miss McElhaney is a 4-legged, milk-giving bovine. She's a cow.
Mr. Haney, why is there a cow at our back door?
Those maids have to milk something.
He has a point.
So does a bayonet.
So let's go take a look at this cow.
Wow, you can all really sing. I'm impressed by your spirits. I just hope your mother won't be mad at me.
If the 12 days of Christmas really works out, no one will even see our little pageant.
And if the 12 days of Christmas become 12 ways to sing a Christmas pageant, you will all have helped our little church have a real celebration of the season.
That's what Mom keeps saying she wants, something for us to remember.
And that's what we're doing, showing the real reason to this season. But we still need to work on our speaking parts.
You should start with a prayer. Everything is better if you start with a prayer. Something that will inspire us to keep working.
You pray, Miss Julia, you're closer to heaven.
Merry
And so it went. Julia and the little people, our mothers and the poultry. The 12 days of Christmas began to get more overwhelming every day. No one appeared to be in their right mind.
All right, we're going to try Rose's suggestion for the dancing ladies.
Now that does not seem right.
Every teenage girl in town was a Rockette. There was a partridge living in our garage. 2 turtle doves were cooing around the church basement while Mr. Haney was on the lookout for geese. My mother had the whole church on the job. Everyone was getting worn out and dinner was, well, everything we ate was prepackaged.
I'm exhausted. You know those visions of sugar plums that dance in your head at Christmas? I think I know why they happen. Everyone is exhausted because of the annual Christmas pageant.
Oh, Adam, there you are. I have the list that I've made for the costumes for your secret pageant. And I put glitter on the star and it really made it shine. I've never used a hot glue gun before. It's amazing.
It's like a sickness. Put someone in charge of a Christmas pageant and things become just wrong on so many levels. And before we knew it, it was the week of the pageant.
Gentlemen, I hate to bother you, but I seem to have lost my daughter. Again. Has anyone seen Julia?
She could be with my wife if she's any good at making drums. Or no, not that. She's making a pear tree. Or it's the Leaping Lords.
If she's not there, she could be helping my mom make Sue's Sleeping Lords played by the finance committee. She took their measurements last week.
And the committee stood for that?
Well, the chairman of the finance committee did seem a little disturbed. He kept saying that doesn't add up.
I'm starving. Dad, it's almost dinner time. What are we having?
Mom is so busy, I thought we could stop by and pick up.
Don't even say it. Hey kids, guess what we're having for dinner?
Every day, the children went on planning and rehearsing, secretly.
Lamb soup?
Lamb soup.
And my mother went on dealing with one disaster after another.
I told you, Miss McAfee, geese bite.
My mother went on wondering what it was that was missing and trying to apply glitter to everything. Lunacy reigned until we had all run out of time. The Christmas pageant had arrived. There was just one more big dress rehearsal.
Lords, please stay over there and don't tease the doves. Okay, I need a status report. Mr. Haney, so besides the geese biting incident, how does it look with all our birds, cows, and other creatures?
Miss McAfee, I have some good news and some bad news.
Oh, that doesn't sound good.
The good news is that a wild creature is back in nature where it belongs and is flying from tree to tree.
What's the bad news?
I was trying to get the cow in the back door, and while the door was open, the partridge saw an opportunity and flew out.
Mr.
We could always use another dove.
They are already playing swans and calling birds, but we have plenty of those.
Of course, we need to get them back tomorrow night for the Lerner-in-Law wedding over in Springdale.
Mrs. McAfee, I have 11 men in Fellowship Hall wearing skirts. They want to know when they start playing their bagpipes.
I meant to tell you that, Amanda. The only bagpipers I could find were from the Bagpipers Unlimited. They can really bagpipe, but they insisted on wearing their traditional kilts and tam o' shanters.
I don't think the song calls for bagpiping, does it?
Now is probably not the time to be fussy.
Reverend James, what are you doing here?
You aren't spying on us, are you?
I hope you're not here to see the partridge because he has flown the coop.
Is my daughter here? I've looked everywhere, and I know she must be here since her car is parked in the parking lot. That girl keeps disappearing on mysterious errands these days.
We don't have your daughter, Reverend.
I thought she had become a milkmaid or a dancing lady.
I can't believe this. The marching band bros broke down, and the drummers won't be here for the 12 drummers drumming.
That's too bad. The drum line only has 6 members anyway.
Don't tell your mother, they're gonna walk through twice.
Wait, I have no partridge on the first day and no drummers on the 12th day? No, but not to worry, no. No time to panic. Everyone, if we work through the night, we
Mom, stop!
I know, we can call the Lutherans. We can make drums out of plastic buckets and...
I mean it, Mom, stop. Enough.
Adam, have you lost your mind?
I think what Adam is trying to tell you is that you've lost your perspective.
Amanda, perhaps you're overcompensating a bit on what you feel are your shortcomings.
You have bats in your belfry.
It's 2, Louise? Back up! I have a hot glue gun and I know how to use it. Now, if I don't get this together, there will be no Christmas pageant for this season. That will not happen as long as I'm director. I just need to find that one missing piece.
I can tell you what's missing, Mom. It's you.
What do you mean? I'm right here.
No, you're not. No, you're not. You're missing the season, the joy, and the spirit.
You're missing time with us, and we're missing you.
It wasn't glitter that made the angels sing that night in Bethlehem, Mom.
It was good news of great joy.
And we have a small pageant that will tell you all about it.
Julia, what are you doing here?
Ask Adam.
Adam, what does she mean?
Mom, I thought
The kids all thought.
that maybe the 12 days of Christmas was a few days too many.
That's what I've been trying to tell everyone.
So we put together our own Christmas pageant, just the way we've always done it. Julia helped with the singing.
We got to make our own parts with just a little help from Adam.
We've been practicing for days.
We sing and act.
And I stole where my dad's bathroom.
I'm still them, but I don't mind.
We were on a mission.
I know you're a little stunned, Amanda, but I, for one, would like to see their Christmas pageant.
Me too. Right now, I don't have my lamb suit.
I have my costume. I had to make it myself. I never go anywhere without it. Just give me a minute.
You think woolly thoughts. Here we go. If it's all right with you, Mom.
By all means.
This won't be as good without the manger and the costumes and all.
You all go ahead. I think this will be just fine.
A really long time ago in Bethlehem, something amazing happened. We have a play for you about that amazing night.
I am your fairy narrator.
You win a few, you lose a few.
As it said, Caesar Augustus had decreed that all must be counted, each in their own city. Mary and Joseph, the main characters in our story, had to go to Bethlehem to be enrolled.
It was a small town, like ours.
And it was quiet.
I played Joseph, Mom.
Mary was having a baby. She was exhausted. Her feet hurt and her ankles were swollen. Just like my mom when she had my baby brothers. So, anyway, Mary and Joseph decided to get a room at the Bethlehem Inn.
There was no room in the inn. I personally would love for you to stay and put your tired feet up, but we're at maximum capacity and it's fire code, sorry.
But there was a snug little cave where they could be warm.
See, there is an alternative. I'm not all that bad. Plus, who knew this was a special baby?
A star brighter than all the rest began to shine in the night sky right over the place where Jesus lay.
Angels began to sing, telling this great story to the shepherds who were in the fields with their sheep.
And the shepherds did follow and came to the little cave where the baby lay. And they opened with hymn number 134 and later took up a collection.
What?
That's what we do in worship.
Note to self, never let the shepherds write their own lines.
And getting back to the story here, the wise men in the east saw the star and started their very long trip by camel.
Wait, we don't have a camel.
Rose, the other guys have the camel.
Cut the camel, Rose.
All right, Our wise men find a lot to be said for exercise and decided to walk because the only pageant with the camel is at the Congregation of Joy and Love.
But the important thing to remember is that everyone came together to see this miracle. The Son of God was born to walk among us and save us, all of us. It was really an amazing night.
The Father sent the Son, and the Son sent the Spirit. He sent joy to you and me. God sent life without end.
And that's about it, except we're going to sing Joy to the World at the end.
I am so ashamed.
Was it really that bad?
We had the facts, didn't we?
I'm not ashamed of you. I'm ashamed of you. How could I get it so wrong?
You didn't get it so wrong, Amanda.
She didn't get it so right.
Yes, she did. All of you did. Don't you see? You taught your children your faith. That's your real job. At Christmas and all year long, we need to teach our children our faith. And Amanda, you did that. And tonight, when you needed it, when we all needed it, they taught it back to us.
I don't know about you, but if I don't get another gift this Christmas, this will be enough.
You give them something to remember, Amanda, every year. Be happy that they remember what really matters.
I intend to give this play a rave review in the Appledale Gazette.
The name is Rose. R-O-S-E. I'm the star. Not to get confused with the star.
What do you say, Mom?
I say Merry Christmas, everyone, and thank you.
And that's the way it happened. The baby was born, the star shone down on the little town, and the angels sang.
For joy! And a little child, well, a lot of little children, led our church, not Congregation of Joy and Love, back to Christmas.
That's right. I almost forgot. I never did tell you the name of our little church. Could I get a little help here? H-O-P-E. It's a little church with a big name.
What does this mean for my future as Christmas pageant director?
It means you will always have hope.
Sing, Faith. Sing for joy.